Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Let me welcome you to my presentation. But before anything else, let me just introduce to you myself. My name is Sam Dantes, and I will be your nurse educator for today. So let's start by a simple talk about hypertension. What is hypertension? When and at least where can we get hypertension? How can we manage hypertension? And the most important thing, how could we prevent hypertension? So as we go through my presentation, we will be able to understand the factors that can contribute to hypertension or elevated blood pressure. We will be able to identify the risk factors that affects high blood pressure. We will be able to do some self-care at least, or self-monitoring for hypertension. We will be able to manage. I will be able to give you some strategies on how and when can we prevent hypertension. And lastly, we will be able to discuss to you, or I will be able to discuss to you, the complications associated with hypertension. Come, and let me welcome you to my presentation. Hi, and welcome back to my presentation. So before we go further to this certain topic, let us just define first what is hypertension, or what do you know about hypertension? Hypertension is commonly known as elevated blood pressure. It's a chronic medical condition where the force of blood against the walls of arteries are consistently elevated. Hypertension is classified into two stages: hypertension 1 and hypertension 2. But before we go to that stages, let me just give you what is the normal range for a normal blood pressure. The normal range for blood pressure is 120 to 80 millimmercury. Once it goes up to 130 to 139, it's already categorized under hypertension stage 1. And once it goes up to 140 and above, it's already categorized under hypertension stage 2. So I've already given you the normal range for a blood pressure. So be careful and watch out, guys, for your blood pressure. So now, let us talk about the risk factor. Ano ba itong mga risk factor na nakaka-apekto sa hypertension? There are two categories of risk factors. First is modifiable risk factors. The second one is non-modifiable risk factors. So pag-usapan natin ang modifiable risk factors. Ano yung mga bagay na under ng modifiable risk factors? Ito yung kasali dito yung lifestyle changes, modification of diet, excessive alcohol consumption, and smoking. So ito yung mga bagay na kaya nating baguhin upang hindi tayo magkaroon ng hypertension. Second category is non-modifiable factors. Ito yung mga age, family, history, or certain underlying medical condition na nag-lead into hypertension. Ito yung mga bagay na mahirap nang baguhin. Ito yung sinasabi nilang hereditary or genetically acquired from our family, na paminsan hindi natin kayang iwasan. Suddenly na-acquire siya ng ating katawan. So for those factors under modifiable, guys, kaya pa natin itong baguhin. So now, we will proceed with proper management and some strategies on how we could avoid hypertension or some proper management kung paano po natin makontrol yung hypertension for those patient na meron na po silang hypertension. As a healthcare provider, the common thing that we do say to our patient is lifestyle modification. We have to modify our lifestyle, or especially our daily living. And through that, we could even control properly yung hypertension. At least we could even prevent having hypertension. So one thing is diet modification. We have to modify our diet. We have to reduce sodium intake, and we have to consume more of fruits and vegetables, which is high in vitamins. So we have to prevent also, or at least minimize the intake of those food who are rich in cholesterol, and at least minimize the dairy product intake natin. So those are things that you have to prevent, and at least those are the things that you have to eat more. So second thing is physical activity, or engaging ourselves in some physical activity or exercise. We have to engage more in exercise, at least daily, or I could even recommend 30 minutes or at least 1 hour brisk walking or jogging daily to properly manage well the hypertension, or at least for those people na hindi pa sila nagkakaroon, to could at least prevent having hypertension. Third is weight management. As we all know, I'm not saying na lahat ng overweight they have hypertension already. Ang sinasabi ko lang po, those people with high or mas mataas po yung timbang nila, they have a higher risk to develop hypertension. So we have to properly manage our weight. Because we have this thing, body mass index, na hindi po natin kailangan mag-exceed sa recommended weight natin. Because the more we are overweight, the more we are at risk of developing hypertension. So for those people na nagkakaroon po ng alcohol intake, so they have to limit or at least remove the alcohol intake sa body nila. Because people who tend to take more of alcohol, they are at risk of developing hypertension. Or for those people na mayroong hypertension na po, if you keep taking alcohol, the more you will develop uncontrolled hypertension, which is very risky to develop another complication or ibang sakit po. So you have to limit, or at least you have to eradicate, at least remove totally the alcohol intake. The fifth one and the last one, which is for those people na nagsisigarilyo, nagyoyosi, or those people na nagsusmoke. So they have to prevent, or really they have to remove it sa body system nila. Because the more they are at risk to develop hypertension, or the more na mag-develop po sila ng uncontrolled hypertension, na mas mahirapan po na even you have to take your medication, there's no point. You will still have developed or still have risk of uncontrolled hypertension. So you have to totally remove it. That's why you really have to modify your lifestyle, and you really have to start it within yourself. And you can start it anywhere, even inside your home, even inside your room. You could definitely engage in some activities and some exercise. But the whole point is you have to start it within yourself. You have to modify your lifestyle. Proceed with, we will be tackling about the medication, or let's just say the pharmaceutical treatment that we could give or we could apply to our patient. So this topic is for those people na may hypertensive na po. I could give you some idea on what medication that we have to take, but just a reminder for everyone, don't take any medication that you can just simply buy over the counter drug. Wait, consult the doctor, and wait for the doctor's prescription before you take any antihypertensive medication. So initially, kailangan po natin ng antihypertensive medication for us to control the hypertension, or kung may hypertension tayo, para na makontrol po natin we are trying to avoid here is uncontrolled hypertension. So you have to take your medication. So for some, not some, actually, it's most of the doctors will prescribe you medication depending on the severity of hypertension na meron ka. So as I said, you have to consult your doctor and do not just simply take any medication that you can buy in any pharmacy or any over-the-counter medication. So just a heads up or just some idea of what medication that they usually give for those patients who has hypertension. They tend to give sometimes diuretics, ACE inhibitors, channel beta blockers, calcium channel beta blockers, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of medication that can be given to those people who has hypertension. But it will all will depend sa doktor po na i-prescribe po sa inyo. As I said, you have to consult the doctor and until wait for the doctor to prescribe you the medication and do not just simply buy any over-the-counter medication. That's one of the advice that I can give you. Nevertheless, for the medication, regardless of how medication, the important thing is the compliance of treatment. Kung paano po kayo magiging compliant sa pag-take ng medication, because that's the crucial part on how you take your medication. You don't have to wait until your blood pressure will go up before you take your medication. That's why tinatawag po siyang maintenance. You have to take it daily and do not wait until you have high blood pressure, and that's the only time you will take the medication. May iba pong gamot na ginagamit para sa mga fast-acting or madali ang gamot para maipababa po yung blood pressure nyo. So as for your maintenance, you really have to take your daily maintenance, and that's the crucial part on compliance with the treatment. Importante po mag-comply po tayo sa treatment natin. Wala pong point lahat ng discussion natin if you yourself don't know how to comply. So you really have to comply with your treatment, and you really have to consult your doctor regarding this. So now, we will be proceeding sa monitoring or self-monitoring o self-care. Paano po ba natin matutulungan yung sarili natin? Or paano po tayo matututo ng self-monitoring? Na hindi na po natin kailangan from time to time na kailangan natin pumunta ng hospital or any health center nearby para lang magpa-check ng blood pressure. Kailangan nyo lang po yung equipment at paano po gawin siya. So I will recommend at least na magkaroon po kayo ng BP apparatus sa bahay nyo. At least you could do some daily checking of your blood pressure. Kailangan po natin magkaroon ng BP apparatus para kahit man lang araw-araw, kaya po natin ma-check yung blood pressure natin. I would recommend you at times na pag sumasama po yung pakiramdam nyo, immediately check your blood pressure. Baka po associated ito, yung symptoms na nararamdam nyo is associated with hypertension. So, kailangan po natin ma-monitor yan. And be a habit of recording everything, including your daily blood pressure or yung mga times na sumama yung pakiramdam nyo. Halimbawa po, kung tumaas po yung blood pressure nyo, at least record it. And by the time po pupunta kayo sa doktor or you have the appointment with your doctors, you can at least show them your record about it. So, make it a habit to record it. And I would also recommend that sometimes if you feel any symptoms like dizziness, headache, or any other unusuality na nararamdaman niyo po, which is not typically happening with you every day, immediately if you check your blood pressure and it goes up, and I would definitely recommend go to the nearest hospital you have, at least you'll get checked out. So, yun yung recommendation ko po. Ang importante po na monitor niyo yung blood pressure niyo, and halimbawa po umakyat po yung blood pressure niyo, immediately go to the nearest hospital so you'll get checked. So healthy habits, which includes practicing lifestyle modification and stress management. I would definitely understand that having hypertension could be another stressor to anyone. So at least you have to look for any alternative stress management that you can apply to yourself, and by applying it, it will definitely help you on how you could manage your hypertension. So healthy habits could be a bigger help as well for you, and at least by doing your healthy habits even at home, you can even do some self-care for yourself. So just an important reminder for everyone: daily checking up of blood pressure. If you feel any unusuality, and if you feel any symptoms, signs and symptoms that you're having elevated blood pressure, immediately check your blood pressure. And if you have high blood pressure, at least go to the nearest hospital. Then consider some healthy habits such as stress management, which can help you on how you could manage properly your hypertension. So just a sort of reminder for everyone, regular checkups or regular medical follow-ups. So regularly visiting your healthcare providers for checkup and some adjustment with the plan will be a very crucial part as well. So ugaliin po natin na bisitahin ng ating mga doktor para sa mga adjustment, treatment, or adjustment plan regarding sa sarili niyo po. I do believe that regular checkups with the doctor could detect or having an early detection is better than having the problem itself. So as they say, prevention is better than cure. Mas maganda na pong maagapan ng maaga kaysa lumala pa po yung problema. Just a sort of reminder for everyone. Thank you so much. So I will be ending up my presentation. If you have any question, I will be posting my personal social media account as well as my email. If you have any question, feel free to email me or message me. At any support that I could give you, I will definitely help you. So if you have any question, concern, or anything, any issue that you want me to help you, at least to have at least a few knowledge regarding a certain issue, feel free to message me. Once again, my name is Sam Dantes, and that will be my simple presentation for today. Have a good day ahead, and let's all stay healthy.